What do you fear? Apparently not knowing enough about our upcoming comic book event, Fear itself. Yes, that's one of the top questions we're getting here at Marvel, but have no fear. Ben Morse is here.
That's right, gang. Weekly, every Wednesday on Marvel.com, you can read my new feature, Fear Files, where I will speak to our biggest creators about what their characters fear. We're kicking it off this week with Christos Gage, writer of Avengers Academy and Fear Itself Homefront. He's going to be talking about Speedball. Ooh. Say, Grace, what do you fear?
Getting stuck with a room in Mission Valley for Comic-Con. The Captain America TV spot debuted last Sunday during the Super Bowl, and at this point the question isn't if you've seen it, but how many times you've seen it. Fans are dissecting it frame by frame, so be sure to share your findings down below. As for me, I'd say so far I'm most impressed with how convincing Chris Evans looks as a pre-Super Soldier Serum Steve Rogers. Looks like director Joe Johnston is wielding some serious movie magic. Also, be sure to vote for both the Captain America and Thor Super Bowl spots on youtube.com/adblitz. When you watch the spots, a graphic will come up allowing you to give the video a thumbs up, which you can do until noon on February 14th. Finally, be sure to keep checking back in at CaptainAmerica.marvel.com and Thor.marvel.com as new updates could reveal themselves at any moment. So let's see, we've got a major comic book event and 2 major summer movies. So now how about a major video game? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds will be released across the globe next week, partnering your favorite old-school arcade action with the quality storylines of today's most sophisticated video games. But don't just take my word for it. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has been named Best Fighting Game by IGN, G4, the Game Critics Awards, and more. When you rip off that cellophane and slip the shiny new disc into your PS3s and Xbox 360s, you'll first witness the evil awesomeness of a Dr. Doom Albert Wesker team-up. But when their plans go awry, unleashing a threat to both of their worlds, of course it's up to you to clean up their mess. And you get to do it as 3 of your favorite Marvel and Capcom characters. I think my team is going to be Captain America, Ryu, and video game newbie X-23, who I hear has some killer assassin moves. Who's going to be on your team? And now it's time for Tricera Stack, my top 3 picks of the comics hitting stands next Wednesday, February 16th, where some of our favorite Marvel men will face their biggest challenges yet. First up is Silver Surfer #1, written by Greg Pak with art by Steven Segovia. Norrin Radd has always been the servant behind the planet-eating god, but the High Evolutionary thinks it's time for a change, and he's not exactly asking. Also be sure to check out Hulk #30, written by Jeff Parker with art by Ed McGuinness. Meet Compound Hulk! Is this red and green swirly destined to become your favorite gamma flavor? And finally, consider picking up Hawkeye Blind Spot #1, written by Jim McCann with art by Paco Diaz. After the devastating events of Widowmaker, Clint Barton is going to have to look inward before he can move forward. This is a must-read for Hawkeye fans and a great introduction for those who have yet to be formally introduced to Mr. Barton. And last but not least, it's time for Graphic Debate. This week's question comes once again from Winter Soldier over on Marvel.com, who asks, in honor of Valentine's Day, who is your favorite current Marvel couple? Hawkeye and Mockingbird, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, Black Panther and Storm, or Cyclops and Emma Frost? 2 weeks ago, I would have totally voted for Cyclops and Emma Frost. But after reading New Avengers #8, I'm gonna have to go with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Their dinner date was adorable, and also, of course, action-packed. Who's your favorite couple? Share your thoughts down below and be sure to vote at the official Graphic Debate poll via the link in the YouTube video description or the Marvel.com news story for this episode. And that's this week's The Watcher. I'm Grace Randolph for Marvel, your universe.
Marvel, your universe.